Well, okay. Now we're going to learn how to use the American Express work corporate account reconciliation, typically called CAR. It's the Pro Card replacement. So this is a monthly kind of thing, ideally, that you would do this on a weekly basis, which is what I set out to do. But I pretty much end up the day before, which is what it is today. And so, that you're going to get an account, you're going to go through the training, and you're going to go ahead and log in with your MEID. Oops. And the password has limitations, so this is not my regular sign-in because I use a character it won't accept, but you'll figure that out. Now, see, and I just click the update profile. I do that way more than I should. So, don't do that. So let me cancel because I don't want to update that. Let me log back in. And log in, not update profile. So it goes ahead and launches, and it's a JavaScript. And so if you're on a Mac, sometimes it tells you it needs to update stuff. Sometimes you have to do this twice. But anyway, so here are all the people that currently report to me. Once the split happens, who in the hell knows how this is going to go? That it's obvious that Ariana will go with Brad and Bassam will go with Brad. Terry will likely go with Reggie. But the rest, well, and Mike Jarman will probably go with Reggie, but who knows about Mike Thomas and Christy and the new person we're hiring. We'll just have to play that by ear. So anyways, you see that Mike Thomas is highlighted, and you look here, these are all the sessions, periods since we got started with CAR, and what you'll see is that there is a cycle that's locked. You know what that means. That the card member has approved, I have approved, and Julie Johns has approved. And so you have to pay attention to make sure you're in the right session, because sometimes a new session has opened up by the time you get to this. So you need to make sure you're in the right one. And so anyway, you can see here for this current session where it closed on the 11th that Mike has approved all transactions. So what I'm going to do is to go to card data, and it will show, look at all that. He's a spendthrift, huh? That it shows all of the individual accounts. For each of them, you can click on any of them and look at who it was to, what it was for. You can drill down in all of these various areas. I don't. What I do is rely on the professionals we hire, and what I look for is there a transaction, has it been reviewed, is the receipt matched, are there notes, because that's where they have to put in terms of tax or shipping, and have they approved. And so if all of these things exist, then I make the assumption that everything's cool. So I select one, go down to the bottom, I select the other, and then I click approved. You may be far more diligent than I and go through one by one and confirm for yourself that everything is copacetic. But in all honesty, most of these purchases you'd know way better than I, because they're mostly chemical and biological stuff. And so, what do I know? So, anyways, I'll go back to the overview here, and you'll see that now this number 2 card member manager has approved all transactions. And so I've done that for Mike, and then I would go for Ariana and see here, and this is one of those cases that she's already opened up some purchases for the next cycle. So I wouldn't want to stay up here. I want to come down here to the cycle that I need to approve by tomorrow. And I click on that cycle, click on card data. And she had a whopping 40 bucks. And I look, she doesn't have notes, which is sometimes an issue, but I've decided with Ariana that I'll let Julie correct her if needed. So I'll go ahead and approve this since Ariana has approved it, and she has gone ahead and taken care of the review and the receipt. And I'll go back to accounts and cycles, go to BSAM, and take a look at the card data. And I look, and he is always very diligent. See, diligent. And I'll select them all and approve them. And I'll go back to accounts and cycles. Terry is always very methodical, and she does this on a nearly daily basis. And so you can pretty much rely on the fact that she's done everything that she needs to. But of course you can always look into any and all of these and go through all of the various kinds of information that's available. Shazam. Now, if you ever approve things that you're not supposed to, which I've done because I have approved an entire range where one of these card member approvals wasn't there, and you cannot, as a manager, approve with your number 2 where the card member with the number 1 has not approved. So I could come back and select an individual one and clear that approval if I blew it, and then once it was fixed I could go back and approve it. And so I'll go back to accounts and cycles. We're almost done. The folks that do the highest volume are of course Mike Thomas, Terry, and Mike Jarman. And so let's take a look at this bad boy. Card data. And everything looks copacetic, so select it all. Approved. And finally, go to Christie and we'll look at card data. Notes only here, and that's something that Mike Thomas can probably better inform you as to what level of detail. That I think it's best if what you see is the S's, the receipts, and the notes all there. That's always really cool. So anyways, I look, I see I have no arguments. I approve. And then I go back to accounts and cycles. And what I can see is for our current cycle that Christy is cool. Michael Jarman is cool. Jerry is cool. Sam is cool. Ariana's cool. And Mike Thomas is cool. And so what's going to end up happening is tomorrow Jules is going to go through and do her stuff, and if she has to change any accounts, which can happen with Mike Thomas and Christy Booth and Ariana, pretty much that's all there is to it, that they might be moving from different accounts, and they have a default account, which you'll learn about, and so if they purchase from another account, they'll need to record that, and then Jules has to go through and make some coding adjustments. But anyways, we're done for now, until next month, which will be my next to last month, I think, because we're planning to probably shut this down in late June so I can go ahead and finish it up before I'm no longer chair, and so there will be kind of a wonky month in there, but we're pretty much done. So the way that you get out of this, because this is a Java app that's running, is that you come back to this main page and you click on the return to login page, as that ends the application session. So we're done. And remember, don't click on update profile. It's very convenient. It's right there, but it's not what you want to do. You want to log in. So sorry that took me 12 minutes and 40 seconds, but that's my introduction to you for CAR.